Say it again,
We're
please.
partners in the business.
Shoot.
Partners in the business, Shuthim, where I lend you money, you lend me money. And you say, let's go to local Rav, let's go to Rav Cohen. And I say, nothing doing. I want to go to Beis Din HaGadol. I want to go, I'm not willing to take like a secondary psak. Beis Din HaGadol. Can I force you to go to Beis Din HaGadol?
Before you start, you can.
Nothing started. Beis Din HaGadol, just drag you to Yerushalayim, take you to Rabbanut in Yerushalayim. We're partners. I say, let's go to Beis Din over here. There's a Beis Din here, Talmid Chachamim. We have to go to Beis Din HaGadol. Oh, Shalom Rav.
Doesn't it partially determine the quantity, the size of the din? Like the bigger the din, that's when somebody
It
bigger
doesn't
to
say
do
that
it.
there's enough kamina how big the case is. There is enough kamina if it's tvish, if it's like tiny with no proof or tiny with proof. There's a difference if the guy says, I've got ADIM, I've got witnesses, I've got a contract, if there's no contract. But I want to go to Beis Din HaGadol. Can I say, I'm not willing to go there. I want to go to Beis Din HaGadol. That's the first question. And another huge kasha is there enough gemina? I anyway go to Yerushalayim every day. I say, let's go to Beis Din Yerushalayim. You say, you go there anyway. I want to go here. It's all very nice you say, well, let's go to Beis Din Yerushalayim. You travel there daily. You're there once a week. It's not fair. Why should I have to schlep out there? Especially you go to Yerushalayim.
You could give them a ride?
You say, you know what? I'll pay for your taxi.
Even if
I don't want to schlep out
it's
there.
in the same building, you can say we want to go to this one, and we'll say, oh, go to that one.
That's maybe why we'll see. But that's the borough, the malva. The malva can pick, let's say, which place he wants to go to. Right?
I thought the nitwa choosing.
The nitva. Yeah, the nitva. Can the nit say, let's go to Beis Din HaGadol Yerushalayim? Can it schlep you to Yerushalayim?
No. He said no.
Okay, we'll see. We'll learn these halachas today.
What's this? Who's this? Another one?
It's not mine.
Mine. I bought it. Have you got enough money for swine?
Never.
Hold on, we'll get there at the end. We'll do that later.
There's always more swarm.
Okay. Anyway, but we'll wrap up first what we were learning yesterday. So take a look in Shulchan Aruch,
Back page.
Yud Gimel, Siman Yud Gimel. We're in Sif Hey. Sorry, Sif Vav. Sif Vav. What Sif Vav already? So we're talking about whether the Beis Din, they don't know. You pick this Zabla. They don't know. They want to ask Rav Elyashiv. They want to go to,
Can we
They
rephrase?
want to get information from the Godler Dor.
Can we rephrase it? They've gone through the Indian, and it's so complicated. They cannot between them. Not clearly they don't know they're not Dayan. I mean, they can't be both ways.
They're not Dayanim. They don't have to be Dayanim.
That's why he's doing it.
You went to them, Zabla. You went to 3 people who thought were honest, straightforward. They're going to judge a case. We don't have to go. Not every case needs to go to,
Gimuroi Boker.
3 Jews, not 3 Dayanim.
Yeah, they went to 3 people who weren't Mumchim. Or they were Mumchim, they're Rabbanim, but they're not Mumchim, as we said, they're not Mumchim in Hilchos Shchenim. They're Mumchim in Kol Shtini Shulchan Aruch. Like I know about a certain guy, he told me, I asked him if he's Rav, he said something is Rav. Does he know halacha? It's very nice you Rav does something. Is he, a Rav that knows? He told me the Rav said he's a Baki in Kol Hilchos Tzidaim. I know if he was joking or not.
Kill us, you dying. You're saying that I went to my Rav, I asked him to shine
It's
it.
a Kalva Chaimer. It's a fucking time, so he for sure knows.
No, okay, it's the first thing in the Shulchan Aruch. It's like the first simon. He didn't get past Simon Aleph.
I asked my Rav, am I allowed to pass in the Shiloh in Shul? So he asked you, are you trilling straight? Shul? No, you're not allowed to, the Rav's there. He said, I'm not makbid until it comes to Masha Aguns. Which is same thing there.
Okay, so take a look in the Sma.
Simon.
If Vav, letter Yud Tes, is Yud Tes. The second to last line in the Sma on page Samach Aleph in the Shira's Devera edition.
You test.
Yes,
There's 3 lines from the bottom in our print.
Got it.
Sorry, Ein Sorech Das Habestin Bezeh. Abal Dava Bezeh. They can go and ask Rav Elyashiv, and you don't have to ask the Tayanim if they let you go to Rav Elyashiv, right? The Bairim, you pick 3 good Jews. They don't know the din, so they go and ask Rav Elyashiv. They don't have to check with you if you mind we ask Rav Elyashiv. They just go ask Rav Elyashiv, right? Kain Kosav Agros Ashuri in Sanhedrin Perek Zebairer. V'lom do'esim midina now. Where did they learn this from? From our din. Damuverim Bairlem Shlishi Hatoiv Beinayim Veintzach Das Baldin. Baldovo. So how does he know this then? Just like the 2 Dayanim, I pick one, you pick one, and they together could pick a third guy without your approval, without the Balei Dova's, admission, agreement, whatever you want to say. They could pick a third guy. They could both be screaming, I don't want that guy. We don't want the local Rav. We could have gone to the local Rav ourselves. We don't want him involved in our business. We don't want him to hear the case. They might have good reasons. We don't want him to know what's going on between, behind closed doors. Too bad. They could go to him. They don't have to ask you. Same Kane, they can also ask Rav Elyashiv for psak. It's a kavachayma. They can have the third dying could be some guy they don't agree with. Kavachayma, they can go ahead and ask someone else.
The
right?
first guy can say, I want to go to this din, this base din. The second guy can
Talk
say...
about Zabla. I said I want to go to Rav Cohen. You said you want to go to Rav Shimon.
Okay.
Since together they can go, Rav Shimon and Rav Reuven can pick themselves, or Rav Levi, to be the third dayan on the court, and the Malvin and Levi, they can't object. Too bad, you can't object. You picked your Zabla. Now they can pick whoever they want. This is the third dayan. You have no say in the matter.
That's good.
Right. You have no say in the matter. So Imkain, if you can't object to who the third dayan is, you can't object to who they're gonna get, who they're gonna ask for information. There's any one problem with it? Turn to page Nunches
Going back.
in the Shulchan Aruch. Going back, yeah. You saw Siman Yud Gimel, Sif Aleph in the Shach, right side of the page.
Yud Gimel.
Yud Gimel Aleph Aleph in my print. Says the Shach, Echem Baalei Dinim, einen Bach, shediktik Meloshon HaTor. The Bach is medaktik from Meloshon HaTor. Dem nisrat to b'pshara v'zabla. If they said they want pshara, we want zabla, but we don't want din. We want pshara. Ein dayan yuchayil liv lehem gimel b'lai das baalei dinim. Then you can't force them to take a shlish without their rotzen. So this whole Siman of Shulchan Aruch that says that the third guy, they can pick the third, right? That's only when you want din. When you go to din to Zabla, then you can't pick the third guy. Din's din. Who would you care? But if it's Pshara, if you go into Zabla for Pshara, then you can say, we don't want this third. I don't want the local Rav to be my Pshara Rav. He has no, I know he's not, fair when it comes to Pshara. I know he always takes the side of the work. I heard someone say he doesn't go to this basin. They always take the side of the pile. The pile's always right. They always let the pile win. I don't go to them. He's always going to make a pshara. He give money to the worker, right? So,
Or take away less. You say.
yeah. So it turns out the fee is that, right? What if you can't? If you're going to Zabla for pshara and they can't pick the third guy? So let me ask you guys a question now. Can they now go ahead and ask, if they can't pick the third dayan, can they go ahead and ask Rav Elyashiv the din? Without your, for pshara, let's say coming for pshara. Can they go ahead and
If they can't pick a third dayan?
they're not allowed to pick the third dayan without your rotzen. That's the din. Says the Bach, L'chayr Shach brings it, that's halacha. The whole Siman of Shulchan Aruch is talking about din.
I'm saying
You can't
just
pick
slightly
without what?
confused. You said Shara. Why are you going to Rabbi Yasher?
to ask them what the din is, and once they find out what the din is, then they'll do pshara. If this is the case, Reuven says he lent money to Shimon, $100. Rav says, okay, Mikra then he owes $100. Then they can come ahead and say now, do pshara, and give him 80.
We only want a pshara.
We want pshara, but how do they work out what pshara to do? How does Beis never know what pshara to do? They don't say, okay, toss up a coin, 50-50. They say, who's really right here? Ikra din, who's right? Yankel's right. Shimon's right. But we don't want to say pay the whole $100 because it's too rough on the
Don't
other
know if he
guy.
owes. They don't even know if he owes 100 or nothing.
Oh,
The pshara is it 80 or is it 20? We don't even know if he owes anything.
Break his
You
leg.
first got to find out if he owes any money or if he doesn't owe
Right, so you have
anything.
to go to the third guy.
What's
to find
Mikra
out.
din? Mikra din is he doesn't owe anything. And now let's do pshara. They could go to the Godel and say, how much of a pshara should we do? We don't know what type of pshara to do here. And the God will say, make him pay 70. Make him come on Mondays and clean up, and then,
Maybe that's the chiluk if it's dinner.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to.
So if you're coming for pshara, what he's saying the chilik is that since you can't make them pick a dime for pshara, hold on, we didn't even get there yet. What are you saying?
I'm saying it's a chiluk.
Why can you object to
Because
the
if you want
third?
din, you want to go to somebody higher up, and you want to make sure that he knows what he's talking about. But if you want a pshara, you can get to three askanim. It's a chiluk. I don't know.
I'm sorry, you're asking a question about a rule.
Yeah.
That one guy chooses one din, the dayan,
Yeah.
another guy chooses the other one, and then by definition, those two choose somebody else that neither one of the other people would have chosen.
Right.
So,
But that only applies when they're coming for din. When they're coming for pshara, they can't pick the third dime if they object against their objection.
the
They
third
can't pick any
dayan
dayan.
has to be subject to both.
Yeah, then they can object. Either one of them could say, I don't want him, pick someone else. I don't want to pick someone else. And then they can bounce around forever till they find someone that they agree on.
That defeats the purpose of choosing one guy to choose another.
Not necessarily, because the purpose is that I picked my dayan.
Yeah.
Now I know he's going to try and
On my
be mahapich b'schusi, try and work out that I'm right. He's going to work as hard as he can for me. He's not going to lie and cheat, but he's going to work as hard as he can to make sure I get what I deserve.
as you said yesterday, he understands me.
He understands
He
me,
knows what I.
but I don't want him. I don't want him picking this Rav. I don't like that Rav.
But have you got the right to puzzle the other dime?
You're not puzzling him. You're saying
No,
I
have you
don't.
got the right? You can say I don't want him.
Yeah, you can
You have
puzzle
no
him.
right to say.
Say, I don't want him. He's not judging me. I'm not having this guy judge me.
All right.
That's fair enough.
I already went to him once. He ruined my life once. I'm not going to go to him again. That's that could happen. No.
Sure. So what's the answer inside?
So hold on. Now take a look on page Nun Tes in the Pischei Tshuva. First column it's Yud Gimel Siman Sif base. There's a very long Pischei Tshuva here.
Good son of
Take it exactly 2/3 of the way down.
Two.
2/3 of the way down. It starts off with the words 2/3 of the way down in the first column. About 1/6 of the way down, they're both in one column. So it starts with the line, but I'm b'tshuvas mara sason similar medal van kalushayne. That's how the line starts. B'tshuvas mara sason. Then he says, "I'm b'tshuvas noida b'yehuda simon base she'evi the bal choiv mavur tam the b'shor loy by gimel the sagi b'beisa b'yachid." Right? לקח אלה מחיים לבש לשם,
Gimel Dayanim.
Dayanim, right. V'sagi b'beis of Yachid. Since by Pshara you don't need 3 Dayanim, you only need 2 Dayanim, we can go to 1. That's why you can say, I don't want this third guy. Therefore, they can't go ahead against your will and choose a third Dayan. I chose my guy, he chose his guy. I don't want a third guy.
Bichlal.
Bichlal, and second, not that guy. You choose someone else, maybe, but definitely not him.
I've got a problem. 1 and 1 is 2. 2's no good.
For Pshara, you need Raven. You don't go with Rav. For Pshara, you go with. You
It
need
has to be
everyone.
unanimous
Has to
decision
be
with
unanimous.
Pshara.
So with Pshara, you can have 2 Dayanim.
How you get unanimous? How you gonna get?
You can't have Rav. You have to have everyone. Everyone has to go to
I
Shah.
all or nothing.
All or nothing.
That type of unanimous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be like the wife. Yeah.
מה שאין כן בדין, with din, you need three. Because of דלפיזה גם בדין, יש לומר, also when the passing in din, יש לומר, דווקא בזבלה, when each one chooses one, הוא דאין צריך דס הבעל טוב ולבר שלישי. אבל בזבלה, which one picks two, בזבלה, אין יכולים לבר חמישי בלי רוצן הבעל דין. Okay, so what he's saying is that by din, they can be ma'akad.
By din they can be, what was the word? By din they can be,
When there's din, they can't go ahead and say we object to your whatever it is, a shlish.
okay.
Right now, skip all the way down to 4 lines to the bottom of this.
No, it says above zablob einam yicholim levar chamishi bli rotzen abal din.
So by zabla they can, by zabla they can't.
Why was different?
None calls it linyan.
Huh?
Keep reading. Keep reading. Given shekva yeshem down.
They talk about it. They already have it then.
Doesn't matter.
No, but they've got 3. Once they've got 3.
It's not 3, it's 4.
We'll skip to the fourth line from the bottom. That's something that could over here. Maybe we'll get back to it. 4th line from the bottom. Sorry, 5th line from the bottom. Ava. What's the din if they want to ask? The Zabla wants to ask Rav Elyashiv.
The Zavla, not the.
The Zabla, yeah. The Zablas want to check. They want to get
1 + 1
halachic.
= 3.
They want to get halachic chavas das, right? But vade dein tzarich rotzen abal dover. They don't have to ask. They don't have to ask the. Yeah, they don't have to ask the bali dover. Kumuvu b'simen yudches sif aleph baga. Deloikus ma b'simen zeh sif koton yutes. Shekosov aymash kosav baga sivav. V'chayin lishol mishareitzer yeshirtzu. Shenimul zeh medin. ושניהם זה מדינה נזכר בסעיף סימן זה, דמבורים בירים השלישי הטוב ביניהם, לפי זה היכה שאין יכולים לברוא, גם כאין יכולים לשלם מי שיצאו. So if they can't, what's he saying? They can ask whoever they want to, right? How do we know that? Because if they can pick the 3rd guy, they can ask whoever they want to. The Lefizah, in Cain, comes out, if they can't pick the 3rd guy, then they can't ask whoever they want. So by Pshara, where they can't pick the 3rd guy without the Rotzen of the Balei Dovar, so they can't also ask of Elyashiv without their Askama, right? Why can they ask whoever they want? Because if they could pick whoever they want, they can ask whoever they want. But by Pshar, where they can't pick whoever they want, they can't ask whoever they want. It goes together. Either you could pick and ask, or you can't pick, you can't ask. So in Pshara, where you can't pick against their will, so you can't ask against their will either. Valesa.
If it's sure they cannot ask for a din, they can.
With Pshara, they can't object to the 3rd dying.
And in
In Din they can object to the 3rd dying. In Pshara, they can't object to the 3rd dying. In Pshara, they can object to the 3rd dying, sorry. In Din, they can't object to the 3rd dying. In Pshara, they could object to the 3rd dying. Therefore, in Pshara, they could object to who they ask, who they check out the halacha with.
but then not.
Yeah, Din not. So you got a machlaikas here. Lefi the sma, l'chayra, they can ask whoever they want. Says the Pesach Tshuva B'Shem the Lady Yehuda that he makes a cheshbon. Lady Yehuda says just like by Pshara they can object to the 3rd, they can also object to who they check out with. Says the Pesach Tshuva Valesa the Baga 7 Yud Chesa now Mavula Had the Af Ein B'Yad Makachas Machriya. The cheshbon's wrong for some reason. It can't dvar. So it says later on in the Shulchan Aruch, we'll take a look at it in a second, that even when the Zabla, even when they can object to the Zabla, they still can't object who they ask. Let's see the Ramah inside. Take a look in Yud Ches. Siman Yud Ches, Sif Aleph. It's a very long Aleph, so take a look in the Ramah. Don't look in the Shulchan, in the Mechaber. The Ramah,
On the next page.
Next page.
Yud Ches.
3 pages. 4 that. I'll go.
The Ramah starts with Havel.
Yeah.
And Gamkan Ikar
Ikke.
below Mashkatu line.
Yeah, okay. Vu das achake, vefshe das lachalek bein in is bar tchila yes again bein yadu tchila. Okay. Skip to where he says like this.
Skip to where?
Das arash, but kal shibiru dalad he bayrim. Ein holchim macharayv. When the kal, the tzibah picked 4 or 5 bayrim, right? You don't go with the rive. She'ein rive ela, but based in. Let's say the Kal says we're going to go with the Rive, but it's 50-50, it's 2 against 2, it's 4 against 4. Okay, you're saying a case here that, let's say the whole community agrees these 4 guys, they're the Bayram, right? And then they got to split 50-50. So what do? Do you start adding Dayanim? You can't, because the Kal didn't accept another Dayan. The Kal accepted those 4. You can't go ahead now and add a 5th one. But still, take a look what he says. The 4 guys that they chose, they can go ahead and ask whoever they want.
Is this a case of din or pshara?
He doesn't say it's irrelevant. It's relevant as din pshar, because the point is that
They can.
since, even though you can't stop them picking someone,
But they can.
sorry, you can stop them picking.
can't add.
You can stop them picking someone else, but you can't stop them being miyayats.
Yeah.
So you see that being miyayats has got nothing to do with whether they can pick or not.
The difference is that if
The
I
notion-
add someone, I'm choosing that someone. Whereas if they choose someone to add, then it's them who choose.
Parent,
You could stop them from adding someone to judge you. I don't want this guy judging, but I can't stop him being miyayats.
But how could it be an even number of the other?
He picked the Kal picked whatever reason 4. They weren't
They
too
picked
smart.
3, and then the guy was upset, so they
But if
added
it's
says
it.
they
din,
picked
if it's
4.
din, then it has to be.
They picked 4.
An odd number.
They picked 4. I don't know. They picked 4. That's what he says. They picked 4.
But that's
Yeah, because maybe it's pshara. Okay, they take it for pshara. You want to say it's pshara? It's
It has to be
pshara.
a case of pshara.
It's pshara. They picked 4. Now they can stop them, but still you can't. Mefurish in the Shulchan Aruch that you can't get them to. Okay, 1 second. Hold on. Okay, back to Yud Gimel. Hold on.
well,
Okay. Yeah. Vav. We finished Vav.
we didn't start it.
We saw it yesterday.
Oh, yes. Did we?
Yeah. Did we?
No.
Based in poskim.
There's a Godel, there was.
Okay, yeah. So in Hutzchadel, Mishal Davin based on Gadol.
Wait.
Vav.
Yudches.
No, back in Yud Gimel now. Simon Yud Gimel, Sif Yud Sif Vav. Vav. In Hutzchadel, you have Mishal Davin based on Gadol. We don't have based on Gadol Bezman today. They mean mamish based on Gadol. They used to have in Bezman, Bezman or whatever.
Lashon
It's a
Hutzrachu
The
instead of
Rabbanut. I'm
Rotzeh.
talking about the Rabbanut.
It's a shiloh if you're talking about Rabbanah, we'll see.
Hutzrachu instead of Rotzeh.
If they needed to, yeah. If Mitzvah Dayanim, the Dayanim needed to
They
ask.
have to.
They needed to, yeah. They didn't want to. They needed to ask based on a Gadol. Kaisim Nishachin, they send a letter and they send a shliach. But based in a gadol madim lehem daitan, and based in a gadol paskins for them. Veheim danim oisam, and they judge them. The leikel ameima shifsku based in a gadol lehem esadin. You can't say that the based in a gadol paskins adin. Why? You can't paskin if you didn't hear. So what happens is this base in here sends a shaila to the base in gadol. They send back, and then the base in here paskins. They don't say the base in gadol paskin. The base in gadol didn't paskin. The base in gadol told them they gave them their shikul das, they gave them their opinion, halachic opinion, and now the base in here paskins.
So what about precedents? What if you say, oh, in the previous case, this is what that judge said, so we're going to say the same thing. Is it similar? So you can't do that? Every case has to be judged. In
theory.
What's your kash exactly?
You have a thing in law,
Based in here. Based in here.
Let's
Can you
say
rely on
a
a
guy
precedent?
sells a house, he's an agent, and you go to
This
there's
based
a
in here,
machlokes.
so there's no precedent. So this based in here can pass whenever they want.
Yeah, but I'm saying a based in here can't say, listen, this exact same case happened by so and so, and he was a big, based in whatever, and they pass him like this, so we're gonna have exactly the same psak. You can't do that because you have to give your own psak. Is that what you're saying here, or is not what we're talking about?
They have to give their own psak, yeah. They can't say this is not our psak, this is their psak. This is our, we can say we pass in like that based in. We agree with that psak.
Use that
Chayev.
psak.
Yeah, I don't know why they would kill. They don't have. They would just take a look in the Shulchan Aruch. If they disagree with that psak, they say I don't know why that basin said that.
No, I'm saying they can't say, listen, it's a clear-cut case. It's exactly the same case, word for word, as so-and-so case,
So
which
what's the
already got a
shaila
psak.
then? Is the shaila while
Because here it's saying this basin has to give a psak. Even if they went and asked Sanhedrin in Yerushalayim, it doesn't matter.
You have
They
all the
put
time. You have
psak.
all the time. There's cases. If you read the Beis Yosef, the Beis Yosef talks about lengthy cases. Exactly what happened. And if the same thing happens now, the basin has to pass. Say based on the case that happened to the
Based on the
Marik,
psak, as
Based on
opposed to
the-
the din. As opposed to the...
based on the psak, yeah, based.
Yeah, but it's very hard to say that this case is the same as that case.
I have all the time.
No, there's always a situation you think you're not the bezel. They have to go through it and see if it's the same thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's a little thing in it which you didn't realise. It's like. And maybe, yeah.
Later.
Okay, Zion. In bir lehem asara anoshim she'adunu lehem bein b'din bein b'shar. This is quite interesting. Let's see what you think. You pick. Let's ask you outside first. You pick 10 people to judge you.
His problem.
One of them says I don't know.
His problem. 10 is 5 and 5. It's not going to help you.
You pick 10 people. That's how it was. You pick 10 people for pshara. You need.
No, it says din also.
Oh, that's what that happened.
Bein b'din bein b'shar. You pick 10 people,
Okay.
and then one of them doesn't know. So what's it then? What happens? You've got 9 all say chayv, but one of them says I don't know.
So you do Basarubah.
So what do you do?
You're saying you can't say.
So it says the Shulchan Aruch, in bir lehem asara anoshim she'adunu lehem. You pick 10 people. Bein b'din bein b'shara. V'she'im lo yaskimu l'das acheres, l'das achas, yerchu acha aroiv. We said, if you can't all agree to one thing,
Majority rules.
you go with Roiv,
Even
right?
Shara.
Yeah. Oh.
If you don't all agree, we said beferish. If you don't all agree, we'll go with Roiv. V'nistalek echad mehem, ve'eino ima daita, ya'isha ima eni yadeya. One of them ran away. He did a runner. Or he said, I don't know. Afilu eskim atisha kulam la'achas eina klom.
Because it doesn't feel.
Even if there's no basin, you pick 10 people. So it turns out, if you're a Dayan and you realize all 9 other Dayanim
If
are
he
crooked,
was here, it's one thing, but you're the runner.
that's why if you're going to pay them off, you've got to pay them all off. If one of them didn't pay off, he can't beat the others in the rave because they go with rave, right? But he can run away. He can run away and say, I'm out of here. So I don't know.
There's
See,
nine-
I
the
need
nine
a
So
day.
I
left.
don't
And they-
understand. So the first, the Reisha is saying that he's still there, he just doesn't agree.
If he says I don't know, there's 2 options. Either he runs away, Nistalik, or he says I don't know.
No, because what's Yelchu Achar Roiv means that they paskin by the Roiv.
Yeah,
He's
but
just still there. He just disagrees.
if he's there,
If he disagrees, you go with the Rive.
Yeah.
If he
Even
says,
with
they
the
all say
pshar.
Chayv, he says, yeah.
Even with the pshar.
They all say you owe 100, he says you owe 0. Pay him 100, right? You go with the Rive. But if he says, I don't know, he says, what do you think? Reb Chaim, he says, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. That's like classic. No, I don't want to get involved.
He's
So what's
already
it in?
involved. He's
Yeah,
already.
I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask someone else.
So even
You're
if-
dying. I don't know.
Even if one died, it's also falls apart.
Chayra? Ain't no klum. You got nothing. You got nothing. Take a look in the Sma. Zion Simon, what is that? Chof? ושאם לא יסכימו לדעס אחס ילכו אחריו, דווקא שכוספו מתחילה הולכים אחריו. Only if the beginning you wrote will go with the rive, then you go with the rive. Hamastama ein hochen achariv b'pshara. If they didn't write it, klal, we've said it 1,000 times, if you said it once, with pshara, you don't use rive. V'chein kosav v'mechabesim in your base, if ches. Mashain came bedin, hochen achariv, im loy k'sha'amar, echod mehem eini yedeya. In din, you go with rive, unless the guy says, I don't know. When you say you don't know, we'll see it. Dayan can't say he doesn't know stuff. He's not allowed to
If
say,
one Dayan out of 10 says, I don't know, the other 9 don't work?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we have over here, right? Even if there's 10 Dayanim. Certainly if there's 3 Dayanim. 3 Dayanim, one says, I don't know. You need 3 Dayanim.
That's right. It's in Sanhedrin.
So what if the guy would say no? If he would
Fair enough.
disagree with them,
fair enough.
then it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Then you could over.
Yeah.
But if he says I don't know, what?
That's the end of the Mishpah.
Doesn't know.
So if you have 10
Doesn't know.
and one says no, you still have
At
3 that
least he's
say
a
yes.
Suffolk. At least
You have
he's
9
half
that say
off.
yes.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything with it. You don't have a base then. It's a basin of 10. It's a basin of 100. One says I don't know.
So if the guy was pasking the other
why
way,
can't
then
you
it'll be
s-
fine. We could just overrule it. But if he
Why
says,
can't you
"I
use
don't
3,
know,"
5, or 7 of
What's
those
the point of
10?
that?
Doesn't matter. It could be 3, 5, 7, anything. Any amount of Dayanim. He says, even if there's 10 and one says I don't know.
Then all of them are puzzle.
This guy obviously, first of all, he didn't listen to the mission to be a dinim, and then he didn't listen to the mission that says to teach yourself to say I don't know.
He says, listen, I really don't know. What do you want from me? I really don't know.
So what the hell are you doing here?
Lefer.
Take a look in the Pischei
He's the
Tshuva.
only one that's honest.
Take a look in the Pischei Tshuva. She'im lo yaskimu
What else?
Pischei Tshuva.
Zayin ois vav. V'she'im lo yaskimu ayin beheitev mashkosav davka kishkosav kam tchila. Begin Shulchan Aruch l'gan Rabbi Akiva Eiger zatzal v'harikash kosav. Basically, Rabbi Akiva Eiger and Rabbi Kash says, the gamim lo yisnu beferish. Even if, this is Rabbi Akiva Eiger's word, even if you didn't say beferish, that we want,
Right. That we accept.
right? Even if you didn't write beferish, we accept the rive. Kevin da Amma bein bedin bein b'shara. Since they said bein bedin bein b'shara, so what does that mean? Dum yedin kibur aleihem. B'shara dum yedin kibur aleihem. They accept the pshara like din, and just like din's with rive, the hainu shelcha but b'shara gam achariv. Since din is achariv, pshara is also going to be achariv. This changes the whole Shulchan Aruch. Like one line in Pischei Tshuva, till now we learned the pshara needs everybody. Pshara needs everybody. Says Rabbi Akiva Eiger, since they said we accept din or pshara, pshara has the same din as din now. And just like din go with rive, pshara also use rive.
So we're okay
He just
with
took the whole Shulchan Aruch and flipped it.
Oh,
So now with pshara also you're okay with rive. They said we
they're
accept.
basically saying when they say that, which is we accept that the din might be a pshara,
We want din.
but the din might be a pshara. Could be that really that.
No, the pshar might be a din. The din is the din you go with rive. Pshar you don't go with rive. But the
the
pshara,
din might be a pshara.
So all the other way around.
Because that way you need Rove. Rove works.
yeah, exactly. Or you can say the other way around.
Still don't get the other.
Which what do you got?
If one dying says I don't know, what's the?
Why is it possible? It's a Mishnah. No?
The favorite.
Fraser Mishnah.
Yeah, but it doesn't help me saying the favor. It doesn't help me understand why.
Yankov lo meis. The kasha stop with this.
Okay, take a look at the next Piskei Tshuva, if we're ready here. Eine Klum, begon Shulchan Aruch Rekiva Egan Zal, Nir Beinai. Vim Oise Shnestalek Ba Achakach. So one guy ran away, right?
But
Achakach Shnestalek Ba Achakach. Then he came back, Vayim Shemaskin L'Devrayim Mahani. If he comes back and says, all right, okay, you got me back in basin, I agree. So you might think, too late. The basin's already fell apart, right?
Unless there was something wrong.
He ran away, there was no, they said 9 said Chayev, 10th guy ran away. 10th guy said, I don't know. If after this he comes back and says, okay, fine, I agree with you. Right? So that's fine. We don't say like too late, the whole thing's bottled. You're happy with that, Benji? That you're okay with?
Unless they went to somewhere else in the meantime.
The problem is how do you even figure out what the personal like? You know, it's
What do you mean?
no. There's somebody the Shulchan has been fair. If you left, you left.
Right, you say, but if you come back, you come back.
The
Shulchan doesn't talk about
10th
that.
guy's name was Elio, and they didn't know, so it was Munach Ad Sheba Elio, and then he came back, and they said,
He came back.
the Shtalek some Sefer. Was he a Malach or was he Rosh Hashiva? How did he come back? That was the problem.
Okay, Yudalit, Simon Yudalit, Shulchan Aruch, let's step on the gas. Whole new procedural issue here. Shnaim shnisatzmu b'din ze'ayma nidan kan v'ze'ayma nal lebeis nagadol. Two people having a fight. Two people having an argument. One says, let's go to the local Orthodox rabbi. The other one says, let's go to Beis Nagadol Shibushalayim. Chayfi noisai v'dan be'iroi.
Be'iroi.
Oh,
You look. We have to. We'll go to court here. We'll go to Basin here. We're not going to Yerushalayim. We're not going to Beis Nagadol. Dan be'iroi ve'im omar kisvu v'tnu li meizetam
Where are you now?
Yudalit 7 Yudalit Shulchan Aruch. Meizetam denasuni shema teisem kaisim v'noisen lai v'achach meitzim emenu v'im hutzach lishol davam beis hagal kaisim shalchim v'shalim v'dan lem be'iram kefi ma sheyavai b'chsav beis nagadol v'shnei ba'alei din yifruscha shaliach. So basically, you go to local basin over here, and
he says his objections or his timers.
right. So firstly, you can say to the basin here, write down what you said because I don't want to maybe making a mistake in your psak, and then I'll go to basin nagadol and I'll
I go or
complain.
they go.
One of the two. They're not going to go against themselves, right? Shema Isem, Kaisim V'Naisim. You write it down, right? And then you make him pay for everything, obviously. And if they have to ask, if the basin here has to ask the basin God for a psak, so they send him shliach and basin paskins, and who pays for the shliach? Shnei Bali didn't have to pay for the shliach. Okay, they both have to pay.
Even though he didn't want to go to Yerushalayim, that's the point.
Yeah.
Second one. Why should he pay?
So they both pay. Too bad you came to basin, you don't. We needed to ask basin God. You got to pay.
Wait, so the local basin gave a psak, they wrote down the psak, and then
So even if they just have to ask the Beis Nagadol, they send the shliach with a letter to the Beis Nagadol.
Clarification.
They send the clarification, so they both got to pay for the clarification.
clarification of the psak because one of the guys says no, I don't like.
No,
this, or they needed to
They
look
don't
at
know.
it.
They don't know. They have to be mityaetz.
So what's the kesha between him saying I want to go to the basin Nagadol at the beginning, and then them saying that they want to be
No
it's
kesha.
like no kesha.
No question. No question. Keep going. Says the Ramah. Miu im echan mebale dina dayanim. If one of the two guys, or the dayanim, writes a lishlayach lemechakim. One of them wants to go far away. He wants to go all the way to Yerushalayim. V'yesh chacham samach lahem, but there's a chacham who's closer. A roy lodin. A chacham who's a chosh mishpat. This is what he does for a living. Shalchim l'samach. You go to the nearer guy. Af pisharach against a chacham. Who'd you go to? You got someone nearer. He's a chacham, or someone further who's even bigger chacham. So you stay near. You don't waste time. You don't waste kaichas. The lavkol kamini ligram hefsed. The Baal Din lahar b'schash lichas. You can't make him go to, let's send the guy all the way to America, the Adam Galwa. No, you go to whoever is nearer. If he's competent, you say you go near. Because kein im chacham acher be'ira naroy laden. Koshkein if the chacham is in your own town. Even if the chacham is in a different town, you go to him before you go to Beis Nagadol. Always go to the nearer person. Koshkein yoten. Okay, says the Shulchan Aruch. What was I talking about when I said that you can't force a guy to go to Beis Nagadol, judge in the city? Any case where two guys are turning, what's the case of Zet time and Zet time? They both have claims. Like Shutfim, for
You
example.
owe me $50, no, it's 100.
Well, that's maybe he's claiming, you're defending. But classic case is we're partners. We had a deal, and I say you owe me $100. You say you owe me 100. Like we both have a taina, right? We're partners in something. We each have a claim. We're neighbors. I say you broke the pipe. You say I broke the pipe, right? We both have a claim.
Not that one is against the other. That's the point.
We both have a claim against each other.
one is against the other.
Yeah, no, but not. I say
One's a
you-
mighty, the other's a
Not
muscle.
that there's a plaintiff and what's it
Yeah.
called?
Defender. I shezet time is that an I kashama malve. Oh, the malve says the guy who borrowed the money nidin kan. Let's go to court here. Valoiva, the guy that lent him the money, amanelach beis nagadol. Then you can't force it. Aval imam malve. Imam malve nelach beis nagadol. If the guy who borrowed the money says, I don't trust the local courts, I want to go all the way to Beis Nagadol,
Malve.
Kaifin is a leiva. Yeah, if the Malva. The Malva is the guy
He's the
that...
midbar.
He lent the money.
That's the leiva. The leiva lent the money, the Malva borrowed the money.
Low is to borrow, Malva is lend.
Malva lent the money, sorry.
Let's try again.
I always
Start
get
again.
confused. Imam Malva, the guy that lent the money, Nelach Beis Nagadol, Kaifin is a leiva, Va'ile imai.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this. So there's a little question here, which you may have noticed. Is
Usually
that,
the midbar. is the one
Usually,
fixed.
usually.
right, so there's a little bit of a kasha in the lashon of the Shulchan Aruch, because he starts off by saying zetain v'zetain, oi malven leiva, and then he ends up by saying aval, just by malve. What happened to the Tayan and Nitin case? Zetain v'zetain. He didn't speak about that, right? He didn't say, but if one guy's a Tayan and one guy's a Nitin. He kind of left that out. It's like something's going on over here. We'll see. So let's finish the mechaber. V'chein im ton zeh shezikai a gozlai. If the guy who was damaged or stolen from v'rotza hatayin la'alais, the tayin wants to go up to Beis Din, should be iroi. So the basin here will force this guy to go to Basin Agadol. So says the Mechaber, that's only true if this guy's got Eidim, he's got a Raya, then you can force the other guy to go to Yerushalayim. The guy stops, says, you owe me $1 million, let's go to Basin Agadol. You can't make him leave town. He takes a shul here and calls the end of case.
Normally we say the fellow who's being sued wants the best in the government. He's saying the opposite.
The other guy, yeah.
But if he has to take his alien with, he has to pay for the alien to go up there.
Yeah, he's fine, he'll do it, because he's going to make millions over here. willing.
He's happy. It's the fellow who's over
If
there.
the Malva is ragil to go to the best deal and Gadol, then he's allowed to be kofer the loiver to go with it.
Right, we'll see. Take a look in the, we'll start with the, we didn't, one more line in the Shulchan Aruch we didn't see, sorry. V'chein adin b'zman hazeh she'ein sham beis nagadol. Same thing applies nowadays where we don't have a base in the Gadol, but you've got like big Bate Dinim in Yerushalayim and Bnei Barak. It's the same thing as a base in the Gadol. If the Marva wants to drag you to the base in the Gadol, he could do that. He can drag you. Says the Ramah, V'yesh Ayrim, huge machlokes is over here. I'm not sure why he's bringing this. V'yesh the base in Choshev, Shirikol Dovadol, if you mashu mikri base in the Gadol. It's not that we don't have a base in the Gadol. What we have now is called a base in the Gadol. I'm not sure what the Ramah's.
It's similar to what he said before. It's before.
It's called a basin. That's called a basin Gadol. Okay, so it says let's take a look in the Sma.
You keep ignoring or evading the basic problem of nowadays of going to the superior court in Jerusalem. The Goy, not the Goysha.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to get that. It's in this. It comes up in a few places in Shulchan Aruch, but it's in the Simon we're going to see Arkois. There are certain cases where you can go to Arkois.
And he can't say, I want to go to, if he already is in Bezdin, he has got the right to say, I want to go there.
We'll get there. We'll see.
Bagatz, that's a fair place, right?
What?
Bagatz, that's a fair place.
Yeah, full of Ganulim. Oh, sorry, that's the message, sorry.
Look, in theory, if you call a guy, in summary, if you call a guy 3 times to Basin, he doesn't show up, Basin writes you a letter that says, take him to court. He's not coming to Basin. We're not going to just let Hefgewalt. Basin says, go to court. Right? That's what Basin does.
And we're happy with that.
Yeah, why not? There's no option. There's no option.
No option.
So it says a Sma. It's a big Sma. Vov. In the Sma.
Yeshla has told
B'med v'amim b'shadim shezetan v'zetan. Tzorchian. My Pascha.
right.
Sma.
Simon.
Vov.
If Yeshla has told
In the Sma.
Oh, shucks, sorry.
What
Well,
verse
wrong
am I?
page.
That's funny.
No?
Spelled it wrong.
Oh, well, yeah. Page Samach Gimel.
Samach Gimel. Top of Samach Gimel, yeah. Tzorchian. My Pascha. The b'shad din shneim toinim yoisim emal
Gimel.
v'loiva.
Oh,
V'avalei loiva b'kitza. B'med v'am moim. K'shezet toim v'zet toim. Oy lefachas. Avalei meim. B'med v'am b'shad dinim. K'shezet toim v'zet toim. He doesn't like the Lashon.
well, this was my time now.
Void.
Is it one against one or IOU? He was saying no.
Void, this is the other kasha that I mentioned to you. Void, the Pasach Batati, it starts off with 2 cases, Batati, B'shad Dinim, V'zetoim, V'zetoim. V'sim B'chad, he ends up with 1 case, B'tain and Slave L'chud, the Mav L'chud, and you drop the whole Zetoim, V'zetoim. Ve'in Dover V'pucha, there's no Dover V'pucha here. You know, you want to say either this or that, you didn't do that. K'goy Sh'zayim, V'ticha Selev, Zayim, and Sicha B'yalko, Mashon Shev, Beislaim, Okay, we're in the third narrow line in the Sma. Dachi Pirushai. Davka b'malve v'loive choshvu l'tainis malve taina yesim l'tainis loive. Only in the case of a malva and a loiva does the malva have a better taina. Why? Mishum, it says in the pasuk, the eved loive lish malva. When you borrow money, you're like an eved. So now this guy can drag you to Yerushalayim. He's eved. V'adim b'tainas nizik v'nigzal choshet tanos and taina. Kevin de lefi tanosai, according to your taina, zesh connect lezika goes to b'yadayim. Shemach yishayim leim shoyetz and lalas beis nagadol. Since you've got a stronger taina, you could drag him to Yerushalayim. You could drag him to beis nagadol because he's your eved.
Even if you lose the case, that's the point. You have a stronger time.
Yeah, that's why you can drag him all the way out of town. What in the whole tvis gedoyles creates a
one against the other.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. We'll see. We'll do the whole tvis gloves. Any big case similar to this. Avo b'shat tvis gloves shutvin shutov echad hasheni. Two people are still fighting. I should say toiv v'voy meshischat li schira sem shiva yeneni chayv lecha. One guy says you owe me rent. I don't know you rent. Chayetze b'tvis elu. Chashuvim heima tainus anitva katainus atavea. It's not a loan. Then the tavea and the nitva have the same standing, and I can't force you to go to whichever basin I want. I can't force you to go to Beis Nagadol. This shall because of a Rambam, from a Chaber, from Medvar, B'Shar Dinim. Shezet Tayin, V'Zet Tayin. Rotzalei Mashatayin Shneim Shopim. What's he mean Zet Tayin, V'Zet Tayin? It means when they both got the same taina. That's what he means. Zet Tayin, V'Zet Tayin means they both got the same standing. But Malvin Levi, they don't say Tayin. Meshumachi Ein Shemecha B'Hem Yochol Loima Neilech Beis Nagadol.
It's no better than the other one. That's possible.
Okay, we're running to the end of this a lot of times. Let's skip Simches in the Sma. Sma has 2 lines from the bottom. Says the Sma, if the Leiva says Neilech, the based in, right?
Yishurim de
אבל אם המלווה הולך בלאו הכי שמה, אין הלווה, אין יוכל הלווה לחייפאי.
אין יכול?
Yochel.
One second. אם המלווה הולך בלאו הכי שמה,
anyway.
יוכל הלווה לחייפאי.
Weird. Strange.
It's going anyway. Is that obvious?
You go, there's no tercha, there's no momentous for you. So go there, you're going there anyway. What do you want from me? Now I can force you.
The Leute can force it?
Yeah, Leuvit can't normally force the malva.
Right.
But if the malva's going anyway, he anyway works in the basin, he goes to Yerushalayim, he's there every day. So now I can force him, there's no tercha, there's no momentous for him. So go there. Why shouldn't I be able to force him? Now this is a big chiddush. This is a huge machlekes now. Take a look at Simon Test, the last line in the Sma. So the Malva we said can force the Leiva, right? The Malva can force the Leiva. We're on page Samach Gimel, bottom line in the Sma. Kaifin es Leiva. The Malva can force the Leiva. Why? He's my Eved, I can force him. That's only if the Malva doesn't work in Yerushalayim. Then you can force him to go. If the Malva is anyway going, so he doesn't have a Tircha, now he can't force the Leiva.
No, you can or you can't.
He can't.
Okay.
Now the Malva can only force the Leiva if it's the same Tircha for him. But if the Malva goes into Yerushalayim every day, so now you can't force the Leiva to go all the way to Yerushalayim. You're going there anyway. Can't force me to go there. You like it or you don't like it? What do you say, Rabbi Yisai? Marik Sherish Tzadi.
Is the steering relay till now?
Huh?
Is the steer to what it said till now?
No. What's a steerer? There's no steerer, but we'll see this. We'll see tomorrow. Big shaila. What? Because you're going anyway, now you can't force me to go? The Malva can force him to go to Beis Nagadol. But because the Malva works in the Beis Nagadol, he works next door in the restaurant. Now I can't force you to go to Beis Nagadol? Now I lost my koyach.
If you could force him because it was a stronger based in,
It's a better
then you're
basin.
allowed. But if it's just a matter of your own convenience, then you're not allowed.
That's what it looks like, right?
To be continued.
Oh,
What does it mean that he's an Eved then? To the Leiva? That's kind of...
It's a puzzle. Where do we put this? This is like if you go there.
Right, how we have to shoot?
The real owner of the show.
Put it sideways on